Go, go, Battle Angel. Battle Angel. Oh, that wasn't that show.
See, and I was going to say, Alita, Alita, which is Aida.
Oh.
Or not Aida, sorry. Evita.
Oh, you blew that off.
I know, I did blow it. Sorry, Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's Evita by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Anyway. Hi.
Welcome to Drawing Conclusions.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Josh.
And we're dorks.
You may be.
Today we are reviewing Alita, Battle Angel. It's the latest movie from Robert Rodriguez.
Yep, produced by James Cameron. And also, screenplay written.
Right, co-written.
Co-written by James Cameron.
Yeah, and based on an old, not old, like ancient, but a Japanese manga, right?
Right.
That's been around for a while.
Yes.
And starring Rosa Salazar as Alita.
Mm-hmm. Christoph Waltz is Dr. Ito.
Yeah.
Jennifer Connelly, whose character I don't remember her name. That's all.
Dr. Sharon something.
Yeah, anyway.
And Mahershala Ali.
Yes.
And
he was Vector. I remember that one. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because it was like a name from an Incredibles movie. Vector. Anyway, so Josh, what did you think of Alita Battle Angel?
I had my misgivings about going to the show. I didn't, I'm not a huge fanboy of this kind of thing. I didn't read the old comic from way back when, and I'm not generally a fan of that genre. Anyhow, so I have
manga, you mean?
Of manga, yeah. So
you like comics.
Yes. Anyway, so I have no preconceived notions about what to expect and what I wanted out of this. So I frankly expected it to really suck and be a dud. Velveeta Cheese Angel is what I thought it might be. Battle Cheese, something like that. I was pleasantly surprised. This movie was actually pretty good. I thought visually, I'll start with that first because I like visual things. The look of the movie was really cool. I thought the fight scenes were well choreographed and they looked pretty awesome. We saw it in 3D. I love 3D. I know you don't really care for that kind of thing because you have to wear two glasses. Super nerd. Anyway. Sorry. Very sorry. I thought it looked really nice. I thought the cityscape was so cool. The concepts that they were throwing out there I thought were really pretty powerful and pretty amazing.
So can I just butt in here? I have to say, it's not like I hate seeing 3D movies.
Oh, I know.
I don't mind 3D at all. In fact, I like the look of it. I just I need a special pair of contacts to wear to the movie theater when we go see 3D.
Yes.
The 3D was spectacular. The visuals in this movie, I have to say, were stunning.
Yeah.
And there's tons of CGI, but it's really well rendered. It's very good. It's very good in that way.
I thought they were pretty even-handed with
well
this stuff, and they didn't I don't want to say they didn't overdo it because they did a lot of it.
Right.
Much of it, if not most of it, was. But that said, it didn't feel like that.
Right. Well, and this is the kind of movie that CGI is almost created for. It's
sure.
How could you do this story?
No, you couldn't.
With real actors,
Practical
not animated,
effects,
right? If you're not going to use CGI. If you were, you could do hand-drawn animation or you can use computer graphics, right? That's the only way to do it because of the cyborgs and all this kinds of stuff that are, live in this world, in the Earth of the future. Anyway, so what else did you like about it?
I liked... My two favorite characters were Dr. Ito, played by Christoph Waltz, and Alita, played by Rosa Salazar. I thought they were great. I liked their relationship in the show. But I particularly liked the character of Alita. I thought she was compelling and interesting. And I liked the kind of the way they peeled away her story, just little by little, who she actually is and who she was.
Right.
And I thought that was really pretty cool. Sound effects were cool. I guess the music was fine. It didn't get in the way because I don't remember it, so that's good.
Yeah.
It probably played up the moments while I was watching it, but I can't point to a theme song or any kind of main title theme.
Sorry.
Go Battle Angel. Anyway, there wasn't anything like that distracting from the show.
Right.
And I don't know. Overall, I like the world that they created, and hopefully get to see more of it. Anyway, what about you?
So I had almost no expectations going into this movie. And like you, I really was expecting it to be terrible. To be frank, we had seen the trailers for this movie.
Going back like 6 months.
Yeah, many, many, many times. Because we go to the movies a lot. Do you know that, audience listening?
Yeah.
So we go to the movies a lot. And we've seen this trailer so many times.
Right.
And I never was excited by the trailer. Didn't think it looked good. It just made me want to... I was just like, oh, one of these kinds of movies.
Kind of thing, yeah.
And I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting. To enjoy it at all was a lot more than I was expecting.
Right.
And so it's definitely not a terrible movie by any stretch of the imagination. No. And in many, many parts of it, I think are good, like really good. Mm-hmm. I think Rosa Salazar is excellent as Alita, and actually a very interesting character, very complicated and complex and different than I think what you're used to for kind of bad A girls,
right. She's not your typical cinema. Like heroine of a show.
Right. No, I thought that was very good, and and the acting for the most part is good. Some of it, for the most part, it's good.
We'll save that for later.
Right. For the parts I didn't like. But yeah, I mean, I thought, and visually it is very beautiful, and the 3D was good. Yeah. I mean, if you are interested in seeing 3D movies at all, it's definitely worth seeing in 3D because it is spectacular.
Sure, I think so.
And so, for the most part, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it much more than I was expecting to. I was not bored. There was nothing super cringy that I was like, really? They just said that. They just did that. There wasn't anything like that. But yeah, so I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, not my favorite, but pretty good. Is there anything you didn't like about this movie?
Overall, I do like it. That said, there was some dialogue parts that were a little battle cheese.
Yeah. But not super cringy, not like
no.
Oh my gosh, not like Aquaman bad.
Yeah. We'll catch flack for that one. Anyway, but yeah, not parts where just like, oh, God. I mean, it was like, okay. It was a little maybe corny.
Right.
And not like super corny where it was just like takes you totally out of the moment of, what's happening. But a little kind of goofy, but
okay.
Other than that,
what else?
No.
Anything else you didn't like about it?
I will save that part for the end.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess because I don't want to give spoilers with it. This end kinds of I can't talk right now. Sorry. This ends on kind of a cliffhanger-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that because I would like to see more of this universe that they've created, and I'm hoping it does well. Otherwise, this thing's going to go all John Carter of Mars, and I'm not going to see anything else.
Well, yeah, leaving it kind of on a cliffhanger and it's unresolved. See, at least in John Carter of Mars, there's resolution, but this story is not resolved. And that is a bit of a spoiler, so sorry.
Yep.
But it would be really frustrating to not see where this went because it's not resolved.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that.
But that's it for me.
So.
And you.
I didn't like the love story. That's at the heart of this show. I don't know. I have an issue with the whole I'm a human being in love with a cyborg thing. I don't know. I just think it's weird. And
she's kind of human.
I couldn't connect with it. Like, I get she's got a human brain or whatever, but like, okay, everything else about her is a machine. And I'm just like, how does that even work? Right? I mean, not to get, whatever about it, but how does that even work? Is what I'm thinking in my head. And I don't know. So I just and not even so much I didn't like it. It was like I just couldn't get into it. Like, it didn't have any emotion for me because I just thought that's just weird.
Yeah, you couldn't buy into that.
Right. I just can't get. So I wasn't emotionally invested in what was happening with that story. And like, there's like the big emotional punch that happens in the climax of the show really is around that story.
Yeah.
And I just not into it. Like, so I think that really
undercuts it.
It really made it hard. Yeah, it really undercut the impact of the show.
Parts
for
of it,
me.
sure.
Like, as I was thinking about, I'm like, why did this just not sit right with me? It was that. I think otherwise I would have enjoyed it a lot more. Like, I wish that the focus would have been somewhere else in terms of, I don't know, or maybe it's just me. I'm a weirdo, but I'm like, what? Like, she's a machine. I don't get it. So anyway, and there, like, I agree. Some of the dialogue wasn't great. So there were moments where the acting felt a little flat to me. You know, it didn't quite work.
Right.
But you know, it was mostly it was pretty good.
Okay. Outstanding.
What rating would you give this movie, Josh?
I would give this 3.5. I don't know what cogwheels for talking machines.
What?
Cogwheel? What is that?
Are we talking
it goes in your clock.
Machines from the 1700s.
The days of yore, steampunk even. Anyway, but yeah, I would give it like 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was a good, solid movie. Not great, but certainly not terrible either. Most definitely not terrible. I thought it was a good, solid film, and I would see it again.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 3. I didn't like it quite as much as you did. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the things that bothered me was how violent this movie was.
Yes.
And so I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that's not going to bother, but it really bothered me how violent it was. And how graphic certain moments of the film were just, ugh, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't work for me.
Right.
But yeah, so that plus the my total disinterest in the love story, leaves it at a 3.
Okay.
For me. This is a beautiful picture that you've done.
Thank you.
By the way, he says, yeah,
I thought we were talking about the movie still. Sorry.
No, the picture that you drew.
Oh.
Tell us a little bit about this picture that you drew for the review.
Well, I think I just wanted to capture her in, like I had seen some of the promotional art and posters and stuff, like this image is taken from. And I like this one the best. It wasn't like this dramatic angle, like looking up at her, looking down at her, like in this crazy pose. It was just her like looking like no nonsense, down to business kind of thing. And I really like using these Stabilo pastel pencils on this pastel paper. I think it just creates a great effect, and I love using this stuff. It's really awesome. So anyone out there who's into art, I highly recommend picking those up and giving them a try if you haven't.
Yeah. Okay, great. I think it turned out great. I love the work that you've been doing with pastels. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
That is it for this review of Alita Battle Angel.
Go Battle Angel.
So dumb.
Yes.
Okay, so what should they do now, Josh?
You should subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
Also, like this video, and
they should comment.
Please do.
They should share it with their friends, and they should watch some more of our videos because they're awesome.
Yes, they are. They are fun. And
they should check us out on Patreon.
Yeah.
Throw us some bones so that we can keep doing this.
Yes, please.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.